Welcome, everyone. This nice Saturday morning meditation. Currently doing a little different of a setup. So have meditation going on here. I'm also doing a local meditation. No one has joined yet, but uh, yeah, regardless, grateful to be doing this with y'all. I'll also be doing it from my phone, from the Instagram Live. So let's get these set up. In the meantime, y'all can just come in. Uh, Start taking some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. It's getting settled. Also appreciate the patience of setting up everything, so it took some time. Could do this as well. So I'll give it another couple minutes just to see if anyone else joins or wants to join. Be right back. Yeah. Got the handy dandy Buddha, which will be acting as my little stand. So it's currently 10:06. I'm thinking in the next, let's say, 2 minutes we'll start. Get right into it. For those of you joining, uh, feel free to get situated. So, welcome, Bala. How's it going? uh, so, what this really just entails is you sitting down if possible. You don't have to sit cross-legged, but if you can, that's great. It's definitely optimal. But yeah, besides that, we're going to sit in that position of either sitting down cross-legged or it's going to be sitting on a chair, right ankle over left. Welcome to the deal. Thank you so much for being here. And in the meantime, as we wait for some people to join and get ready with us, we're going to start by taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We can keep the eyes open for now. And once I say, close the eyes, we'll keep the eyes closed for the duration of the practice. And yeah, for those of you all joining right now, just get ready in terms of getting to that position of back straight. That's super important. Face tilted up would be great. Cross-legged would be nice, but you don't have to sit on the chair. That's perfectly fine. If you're honestly even laying on the bed right now on your phone, just scrolling through social media, right, and you just happen to come across this IG Live or this YouTube Live, because I'm doing it on 3 different places right now, then you could be in the bed, honestly. I mean, this isn't like a formal meditation per se. It's pretty open-ended, so do not hesitate to uh, get into whatever position that's needed for your optimal comfort. Now, you don't want to be too comfortable either, right? Because if you're too comfortable, then you might fall asleep. So just a heads up on that. And let's get right into it. Welcome for those of you all joining on the YouTube Live right here. It's for the Loving Now Foundation. If you want to check it out, it's my friend Bijan that started this. And it's a really cool community. So kind of doing it 3 in 1 right now. So anyways, welcome. Let's start, as I mentioned earlier, having the back straight, sitting cross-legged if you can. If not, sitting on the chair, right ankle over left. Let's have the hands open on your lap. Also very optimal for this practice because you'll notice that as you do that, your breathing will actually get deeper versus keep your hands down. So all of these things make a big impact. So yes, a heads up on that. And welcome, Vanaja. Welcome. We're just getting started. So I want to make sure everyone can hear me okay. So if you can hear me okay, let me know. Can you hear me okay, Vanaja? There we go. Hi, welcome, Vanaja. Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me? Okay. You can give a thumbs up or you can. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to get started now. So wherever you all are, we can start with sitting down, as I mentioned earlier, either cross-legged, or if you want to sit with some support as a chair, that's also okay. And I would recommend crossing your right ankle over your left ankle. Back straight is the most important thing, so I want to really emphasize that. And also having your hands open, also again optimal for this practice. You'll notice deeper breaths coming in. And yeah, face tilted up, and that's pretty much it. So let's get right into the meditation as soon as you all are ready. And welcome, Vimy. And we will be starting very shortly. Appreciate the patience, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, these are just recommendations. Also, welcome, Lillian. Thank you so much for being here. So these are just recommendations for the practice. There's no strict rule that you have to be sitting this way, have to be sitting that way. No such thing. It's pretty open-ended in that sense. And the key is really just to learn to be more present or practice being present, as I like to call this practice, present practicing. And it's something you can practice anywhere. So with that, let's start by taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And now we're going to close the eyes. So for the duration of this practice, we're going to keep the eyes closed till the end when I say open the eyes. So throughout that whole period of time, we're going to just keep the eyes closed. And again, for those of you all joining, feel free to just join this where we're at in terms of the session we just started. So you're at the perfect time. We're just starting with some deep breaths in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Just keep taking some of those wherever you are, sitting, standing, maybe in certain cases sleeping, doesn't matter. But let's consciously take those breaths. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you'll notice as you are taking these deep breaths in through your nose and then out through the mouth, that as you inhale, your body will get big and expand. So I want you to really focus on that sensation of your whole body just expanding. And then as you get, excuse me, then as you start exhaling, you'll notice your body gets small and start contracting. So just pay attention to that as you're breathing. And our breath, as we're doing this, I will be sharing we'll talk about it. It's super important. You see, the breath is literally the life force, right? Without the breath that we have, we can't live. And it's super important to help regulate that breath because you'll notice the first thing that changes usually, whether it's about a thought or an emotion is really just a sticky thought, right? So the point is, you'll notice that the first thing that will change is your breath. And so, as a result of your breath changing a certain way, your body will change a certain way. And as I've come to realize through these practices, if you can get your breath consciously controlled, meaning you can change the way you want your breath to be, or you can just get it into the optimal way all the time, then naturally your thoughts and emotions will be controlled as well, or more calmed down, meaning not as erratic, whether it's crazy high or crazy low. If you can get your breath steady, your emotions will be steady, and then your thoughts will be steady. The same principle actually applies to the body. So with yoga is uh, it's a deeper practice, but a huge part of yoga is the physical movements. And a huge reason why we do that is because when we get our physical in check, meaning we get our physical body uh, as loose, but at the same time as still as possible. So not stiff, but still. As soon as we get the physical body as still as possible, you'll notice that the resulting of the body being still will lead to the breath being still, which in turn will lead to the emotions and thoughts being still. And it's a very peaceful state. So that is why we do all of those in yoga. Breath, body, mantras, there's all these different methods. But now we're going to close the eyes. So wherever we're at, let's close the eyes. Let's breathe normally now. So as you breathe in from the nose, you're going to breathe out from the nose, just regular breathing. And we'll take a second here, not giving you too much instruction, not giving you too much instruction at all. I want you to just breathe as you breathe. Welcome, Shashank. Appreciate you for being here. And so this might be a little uncomfortable of a phase of this practice where I'm not giving you much instruction. I'm just saying close your eyes, breathe normally, and that's okay because I want you to focus and face that discomfort. Thank you, Shashank. I appreciate that. Join it. You can definitely join the practice as well. We'd love to have you be a part of this. So yeah, wherever y'all are at, welcome, Siddhant. Just have the eyes closed, no instructions here. Let us just be still with silence. And I want you to observe any tendencies for the mind wanting to think, to talk to you, tell you stories, uh, for any sounds that you hear, any smells that you scent from the nose. I want you all to just acknowledge that every time your focus gets distracted. But right now, let your focus or your awareness just be open. Okay. And now we're going to start a body scan. So we're going to imagine like we're observing ourselves from the outside. We're going to scan ourselves from head to toe at a nice, steady, equal pace. There might be certain parts of the body that have tension, discomfort, or even pain. But regardless of those feelings, we're going to maintain a nice, neutral, equal scan, starting at the top of the head. I always love comparing this to the airport security scanners because it's kind of like that. So you're going to walk into the booth, get scanned from the front and the back, both directions. So just imagine that. Starting at the top of the head, moving past the forehead, now past the eyes, ears, nose, mouth. And here's the thing, as you're scanning, you don't have to move these parts of the body. Just draw your attention to these different parts. That's all that we're doing. Very simply just drawing the attention. And you'll notice as you do this, that part of the body will actually get or feel more alive. Your neck, your shoulders. And now for the rest of the body, I'll let y'all do this on your own. Take your time here, do it at your own pace. You can have with it. Just make sure that we are giving that equal scan. Welcome, Shriyams. Thank you for being here. Anytime that you get distracted by a certain part of the body because of your pain or tension or discomfort, whatever that is present, be easy on yourself. Be gentle on yourself and forgive yourself for that distraction. No need to get caught up with that. And we're going to continue that scan. You got this, all of you. Welcome, Yash. Thank you for being here. So for those of you all joining, we're just sitting down, doing a body scan, observing ourselves from head to toe. And we're doing this at our own pace. So take your time. Just a reminder in case you do find yourself getting distracted at a certain part of the body, that's okay. We're going to very gently let go of that spot of distraction and then continue the scan. And if you finish the scan early, meaning you reach your toes, then we can draw your attention to your breath. Find the spot of rising and falling breathing sensation. This can be your nose, this can be your chest, this can be your stomach. Just rest your focus, but for the rest of you, just continue to scan at your own equal pace. Thank you so much, Siddhant. I appreciate you for sharing. Okay, so now wherever you are with the scan, we're going to now move on to the next phase. Not finishing the scan is also something we should be okay with. You see, even meditation itself, we shouldn't be attached to, right? So it needs to be done this way and that way. And there are rules which for sure make the practice optimal. But the point of the practice itself is to expand your awareness to not be as attached to anything, right? To be unaffected. So it's okay if you haven't finished the scan. Again, we'll keep the eyes closed for this practice, as I mentioned earlier, just to keep it going. And then now we're going to actually draw our attention to the hands. Find your hands without moving it. Notice the feeling of your hands. Notice the aliveness of your hands. So, what you will notice is that as your eyes are closed, without you even moving your hands, you will know that they're there. How do you know that they're there? It could be sensory receptors, probably that, but it's also your awareness. You're aware, you're conscious of your hands. And so let's just focus on the hands and notice the aliveness. You'll find a sense of maybe vibrations, maybe movement, maybe stillness. I mean, there's no right or wrong feeling, but just focus on the hands right now. And as you're focusing on the hands, it's going to be very natural for the mind to get distracted, whether it's by thoughts, feelings, whether it's emotional or physical, or even just sounds from your background. The moment you've gotten distracted and you're aware of that, that's actually a very powerful part of the meditation because you're aware, you're truly aware. So don't be hard on yourself again. The key, as I mentioned earlier with this practice in general, is to create the distance between you and the mind. And so the moment you react angrily or upset or any emotion, that means that you're attached to it. We want to create that distance. So just say, okay, that's fine. I'm distracted. And then very simply and very quickly, you're going to redirect your focus back to the hands. And I want you to focus on the aliveness growing as you continue to focus on the hands. Notice and feel the hands get more vibrant, more alive as you focus on it. I'll let you be now for some time and do that. And just a reminder, if possible, to have your back straight. face tilted up. All small pointers just to be in as optimal a position as possible for this practice. And also, if you're confused about anything during this practice, have any questions, do not hesitate to chat or comment it. Welcome, Raghu. Thank you so much for being here. And if it's getting boring, focusing on the hands, I know maybe might not be the most exciting thing, but that's because your mind is telling you that it's not exciting. And you're listening to the mind, and the mind will give you so many stories. It's important to realize that you are not the mind, you're not the body. So let's make sure we not just believe that, because I don't want you to believe anything that I'm saying, but I want you to experience what I'm saying if possible. Just try to realize it. Just stay still and then hear yourself talking to you. Who is doing the talking? Now we're going to let go of the hand focus present practicing phase. And now we're going to draw the attention to the breath. So wherever you find the spot of rising and falling breathing sensation, this can be your nose, this can be your chest, this can be your stomach. Wherever you notice this spot, just focus on there. I'll give you a second now for that. Okay. Now that we have the spot of focus on the breath, we're going to keep the eyes closed as we had talked about in the beginning. And with each exhalation, we're going to share either out loud, you can say it as a chant, as in out loud with your mouth, or you can say it in the mind. There's no strict rule here. But you're going to share what you're grateful for in this present moment. So, for example, I'll be closing my eyes. I'm grateful for this present moment. Grateful for the fresh breath of air. Grateful to have a roof over my head. So these are some examples. There's actually so many things to be grateful for. It's endless. So for each exhalation breath, you're going to share that again, either out loud or in the mind. But if you can't think of something and you can't make it different each time, I love doing something different because it helps make it fun. And it's a good exercise as well. The key is that you can always go back to the statement of I am grateful for this present moment. So anytime you can't think of anything else, you can just say I'm grateful for the present moment. Or if you want, you can just say I'm grateful for this present moment every single time with every exhalation. And as a reminder, we're breathing normally here. So as you breathe in from your nose, you'll be breathing out from your nose, regular breathing, nothing extra deep, nothing extra shallow, just however you breathe, however that breath is. But I want you to share something you're grateful for each time, either this present moment or something different. And if possible, as an added tip, you can visualize that too. So just picture what you're grateful for, feel it, and continue taking your breaths. I'll let you be here for some time. And at any point, if you do get distracted, that's okay. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to just very gently let go and continue focusing on the breath and sharing that gratitude. Now we're going to let go. Keep the eyes closed, but we're going to let go of that gratitude. Breathe normally, keep the eyes closed. And now we're going to bring the attention slowly back to the environment around you. Again, with the eyes closed, just take notice of any smells, any sounds, the feeling of wherever you're sitting or standing on or sleeping on or whatever on your body against that. And then slowly, at your own gentle pace and time, you can open your eyes, but do it very slowly, very slowly. Thank you all so much for being part of this beautiful Saturday morning meditation. Take your time again if you're still slowly opening your eyes. Would love to hear how this was. If you have any questions about what we did, comments, constructive criticisms, I'm always here to learn and improve this and make it a better experience each time. So do not hesitate to chat, comment, message. Would love to hear anything. But you all did great, seriously. Showing up on a Saturday morning where you could have been sleeping in or in bed or doing something else, but starting off your weekend consciously, I think is a great thing. So thank you again. Thank you so much, Lillian, for being here. I very much appreciate you showing up. I think it was your first time here, at least from what I've seen on my channel. So thank you. And don't hesitate. Yes. Thank you, Raja. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you, Brenda. Appreciate that. Really means a lot. Thank you so much. Grateful that you're here. Again, you all should be as grateful for yourselves as for this practice that we did together because you showed up. I think that's the key. Showing up is literally, I would say, 90% of this. The last 10% is you doing it. Thank you, Shriyans. I appreciate you sharing, Shriyans. So yeah, I'll leave you for the next 30 seconds. If you don't have any other questions, comments, concerns, do not hesitate. Again, I'm here to answer anything. You can always message me separately as well if you have any questions. And for those of you all on this YouTube, I can put my Instagram here if you want to message me separately. That's me. And thank you all again. Make an awesome day. Take it joyfully. Stay conscious and ecstasy.